Hi everyone, let's go to one more video in our Diecast channel. In this video I'm going to show you this 1969 Pontiac GTO the Judge. This car was restored since I acquired this car as a trade by another 1-64 model cars that really were not in my focus. And it was quite rough, really. It was bitten up, and I did some light restoration on it. I kept the original paint since this color is pretty rare for the 69 Pontiacs, and I didn't want to lose the stripes and the Judge badges and all that stuff. I really didn't have how to reproduce them again, so I just kept the paint and I waxed them with car wax to recover the shine it had before. So don't forget to like my video, don't forget to subscribe my channel, and let's take a better look at this car. Well, as I told you, this is a 69 GTO. This is 1/8 scale made by Earl on the American Muscle. This is a pretty old model. I still have to do some touch up here, since this car has some wear and paint is a little bit worn out. And I still have to do some detailing here in this grill. It's quite too chrome for the original grill. It has to be black in those tiny squares. I'm going to do this slowly so I won't mess up. I've done some trim, just like this trim around the windows. I've made this mirror, since this car doesn't have a mirror. Still have to try to correct this misalignment here, but I really couldn't do it. I was afraid to break the door, so I just left it the way it is. This door handle is original. This one is a reproduction. I've done this manually by using a file and a piece of plastics. Amazing, but I used this some pieces of plastic I had. The trim I've painted here around the window. I masked the car and I used the chrome spray. The windows I really couldn't do much because they were too bitten up, really. But I could use some clear, some water-based clear to try to recover them. The interior had some seat belts. Now I put a couple seat belts. I used some pieces of ribbon I had at home. I painted it with primer and then with flat black to give this leather aspect. The gear selector I've made with a piece of wire. I made this T-shaped gear selector, and I did some detail on the steering wheel. Door panels were also painted because I didn't want them to look like plastic. I did a highlighter with a paint as well. I've just masked the windows, a place I didn't want them to be messed up, and I painted with black. First I painted primer and then flat black. Just lost the Judge badge I had on the glove compartment, but too bad. I'll try to reproduce another one and put it back there. In the rear, I put the spoiler back on. It was out of a car, but fortunately the previous owner had it, so I just had to put it back. Did the trim around the window. This window was really rough, so that was the best I could do so far. I really like this rear. The wheels were detailed. They were not all black in this inner part, so I did this with a special pen to be a little more realistic. And I painted around the wheel wells. I did this trim here with chrome paint. This chrome trim is original. And the new seat belts, the pedals I've detailed with chrome paint as well, and the steering wheel right there, and the bottom of the car. This bottom was completely painted flat black with the suspensions, the rear and front suspension, the drive shaft painted gloss black, really. I just wanted to be a little bit different, just like they are in a real car. And the gas tank was painted silver, as well as the mufflers. Well, this is a very nice GTO. I really like this Judge with the ram air option and with this tack here on the hood. It's a real nice car. Not to forget the engine. The engine was kept original the way it was. The engine bay as well. Just this inner part of fenders here that were painted flat black as I painted the chassis. And the firewall was just kept the way it is. The hoses and some other parts of the engine were a little bit detailed, but not that much really. I just had to go to too much taken apart here. I just didn't want to break some pieces, especially some ones that were glued together, and I didn't want them to get damaged. But it's okay. It's according to a narrow model, which is a simpler model as well. I've painted this part flat black just to be a little more original, be a little more realistic, as well as those lines here I've painted chrome with a special pen. I really like this 69 Pontiac. This was perhaps one of the fastest cars of its time, and it's really enjoyable. I really like this model. I like this dark green metallic color. It's really great. I'd like to thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to leave me your like, to subscribe my channel, and to stay tuned for the other videos that are about to come up. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.